The Florida Keys are made up of hundreds of subtropical islands stretching more than 125 miles off Florida's southern peninsula. On this trip, I'm showing you highlights of 5 regions: Key Largo, Isla Morada, Marathon, Big Pine in the Lower Keys, and Key West. The climate of the Florida Keys is not like the rest of Florida. It's more Caribbean. But while Caribbean islands are made from volcanoes, the islands in the Florida Keys are actually exposed portions of Coral Reef. Welcome to the Florida Keys. I'm Colleen Kelly, and this is Family Travel. I took my girls to the Keys for a very active week-long trip. I needed a vacation after this vacation. We'll go swimming with dolphins, try our hand at deep-sea fishing, release a rehabilitated turtle back into the ocean, visit a butterfly conservatory, meet some very unusual cats, and eat chocolate-covered key lime pie on a stick. It's a tropical vacation, and you don't even have to leave the United States.
My name is Colleen Kelly, and when I was single, I lived abroad and traveled the world. Then I became a parent and wondered, how would I ever travel again? So I set out to find a new way to travel and get back to exploring the world family style. I'm here to guide you on how to get the most out of your family vacation. Pack your bags and join me, Colleen Kelly. We're going on vacation. Funding provided by...
I am never getting married. We're never having kids.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Family Travel proudly supports the following charity: Gigi's Playhouse, free programs for people with Down syndrome. Mercy Home for boys and girls, giving healing and hope to children and teens. Misericordia, providing a network of services for people with developmental disabilities. We'll begin with something my girls have been wanting to do for years: swim with the dolphins. The Dolphin Connection at Hawks Cay is located on Duck Key, near the town of Marathon in the Middle Keys. It's accredited and staffed by professionals trained to care for marine mammals.
I'll go ahead and warn you, you're gonna fall in love with dolphins. You're gonna love this experience. It's gonna be absolutely incredible.
Dolphin Connection has programs for everyone. Dockside Dolphins is great for guests of all ages. You can get up close with the dolphins without leaving dry land. With Dolphin Discovery, you'll be able to touch the dolphins, splash around, and even get into the water with them.
As well, give them that cheek right there. And hold that nice and long and smile a bit. Good job.
Have a future marine biologist in the family? The Trainer for a Day program offers one-on-ones with the trainers and dolphins. Before you jump in with the 5 bottlenose dolphins that live here, Dolphin Connection gives an in-depth overview to make sure we all protect the Florida Keys marine ecosystem.
In case you can't tell, we love our animals, but we really love sharing them with people like you who are here to meet them.
Dress to get wet, but don't worry about packing a wetsuit, as they have them here. Call ahead to make sure your interaction is perfect for your group.
I love Look at towering over you. Isn't that impressive?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Shay? You able to hold him up on that end, Colleen? Yeah, good guy.
He's a little heavy, but it's okay. And in case you're curious about whether the dolphins are happy here,
our job is to make sure that every day is different for them. And not only do we mix things up by doing different training sessions and asking our dolphins to do different things for every particular program. And then Colleen, take one finger and push right here. But also, we provide them with top-notch care that most people don't receive. Every morning at 9:30, we do a medical session with our animals, where we give them a physical from head to tail. And as a trainer, I know each one of my dolphins extremely well. They're my coworkers.
we can all make sure the dolphins stay happy and healthy. And it's all about caring for our oceans.
We want to make sure that we are taking good care of their home. And even if you live really far away from their home, your actions can really help them out in big ways. Even far away, if trash ends up on the ground, wind or rivers will carry it right out into the ocean. Taking around a reusable water bottle, that's really easy to do rather than drinking out of a plastic one and getting rid of it after one use. Or the cloth bags that you can take to the grocery store. Our goal is that my 5 amazing coworkers will inspire you to do just a little bit more. Ready for the big Good boy. Isn't it cool? Good job.
Key Largo is the first island and the northernmost in the Florida Keys. It's also the name of a famous movie with Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. A portion of the movie Key Largo was filmed here. Bogart's legacy lives on in Key Largo, not only because of the annual Humphrey Bogart Film Festival here, but also because of this. Key Largo is home to an icon from another Bogart movie. The African Queen came out in 1951. It's more than 100 years old, and you can take a tour of the famous vessel. Key Largo calls itself the dive capital of the world, and it is the beginning of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. The living coral reef a few miles offshore attracts divers from everywhere.
If you've never been out on snorkeling on a coral reef, you can't even imagine all the life that's out there. As far as bringing kids out here, I highly recommend it. You talk about a learning experience, good call for a family.
Key Largo is only about an hour's drive from Miami's airport, so it's very convenient to fly in and dive. You can scuba dive or snorkel. We snorkel.
All right, here I go. We ready? Ready, girls? You gonna watch me? Okay, here I go. Woo! That was great.
All right, you're good. Climb up on the ladder, take those fins off, and just set them up on the platform, and you can climb on up.
That was great. Wow. I saw some great fish. Woo! The Keys are awesome.
Here we are at the Turtle Hospital, and in a human hospital, every patient has its own bed, and at the Turtle Hospital, the sick turtles have their own tank.
The Turtle Hospital in Marathon, Florida Keys is the world's first state-licensed veterinary hospital dedicated solely to treating sea turtles. It's been here for more than 30 years because of this man, Richie Moretti, director and founder of the Turtle Hospital. The Turtle Hospital treats injured sea turtles and, when possible, returns them back into the wild.
Well, the Ninja Turtles came along in 1986, and all the children wanted to see a sea turtle. Well, I called the state and said, well, we have an educational facility, and I'd like to get a green sea turtle for my educational facility. And they said, oh, they're endangered. We can't give them to you for education, unless maybe you would do something for them. And they said, well, we need a rehabber in the Keys. I said, well, what's that? They said, well, if a turtle gets hit by a boat, you take it to the vet, you pay the bill, you buy the medicine, you pay the bill, you buy the food, you pay the bill, and when they're healthy, you let them go. I thought, I used to fix an awful lot of Volkswagens. I got really good at that, so I guess I could learn to fix turtles. And I wanted one turtle, and that was 2,000 turtles ago.
This is the most state-of-the-art facility for sea turtles.
We'll go inside with a scope like they would do on our knee or inside our chest. We'll use that, and then we'll put a laser in there. We can cut tumors off. We can do so much great work, and we work with the University of Florida and the University of Georgia.
So I'm going to introduce you to Thurston. And Thurston is an endangered green sea turtle. You can take a peek.
Is he cute?
Thurston came in with tumors all over his body and on his eyes. And take a look at him now, looking pretty good, huh?
These guys they can't see those tumors. It just all of a sudden it gets dark. They cover their eyes and they can't eat anymore. It's such a sad disease. And we hold them for 1 year after we take the tumors off. And after we keep them for a year, They seem immune to it.
Yeah, so everyone on this lower level, these turtles have had this horrible virus. It's called the fibropapillomavirus, or FP for short. You can remember FP. And it affects over 50% of the green sea turtles in and around the Florida Keys. In nature, those seagrass beds are like nurseries. So they have all kind of crustaceans and proteins that they eat while they're eating the seagrass. So when we're trying to get more weight on them, we feed them squid, because Herbert came in very skinny because he was so sick, and I'm going to show you a picture of what he looked like. His eyes were covered in tumors. He was thought to be blind, but we took him up to a veterinarian ophthalmologist, which is a doctor that works on eyes, and she very skillfully removed those tumors from his cornea, and now he can see his food again.
Oh, look how great he looks.
It's pretty spectacular, huh?
Yeah, that's so sad. Well, it's a good thing you're here.
It's a good thing. Well, we're happy to be here for them.
When you go to the turtle hospital, you'll see turtles of all sizes and ages.
You remember I told you girls that these guys were around when dinosaurs were on the planet? He is. Would you like to see him close up?
Yeah.
All right. These guys are protected, so you can't touch them, but I'm on a permit to help them, so I'm able to pick them up. And this is a loggerhead sea turtle. And unlike those other turtles that ate seagrass, this guy's a carnivore. So what do you think that means?
He eats meat.
He eats meat. And out there in our oceans, he likes to dine on lobster. When he gets bigger, that'll probably be one of his favorite meals.
We like lobster.
You like lobster too? Little crabs. So he's pretty cool.
He is adorable.
What do you think?
How old is he?
He's just about 2 months or 8 weeks old.
And he's really lucky to be here, right?
He is lucky
because
to be
how many
here.
survive?
Only
when they
1 in
are born?
1,000 hatchlings make it through their first year.
1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you see, Mother Nature is pretty good to him, though. See these ridges on his back? That is so he looks kind of scary to predators, because everything eats baby turtles. Even birds eat baby turtles. So, but this guy's lucky.
Yeah. And you get to feed them.
Oh, girls, I'm going to give this to you.
You go closer. You go closer.
And you can throw that in there for them.
Oh, look at him.
All right, here you go. Spread it out. Spread the love, okay?
Yeah.
They're all going to come up for that.
This is something we have never done
Look at
before,
that
is feed a
shell.
turtle. So why are some of their shells kind of uneven?
That's a good question. The turtles you see here with those bumps, they're actually weights that we put on with a marine epoxy. And these turtles have suffered a boat strike. So that means that propeller we were talking about, they breathe air and they come up, and sometimes it's an unfortunate timing. And they've suffered a boat strike, so they're no longer releasable because they're unable to dive to the bottom.
Oh,
those
so
weights help them that they can go down, but we could not put them back in nature with those weights on them.
It's not about the money for Richie Moretti. He just hopes he can keep teaching people of all ages to protect sea turtles and all marine wildlife. So generations to come will also be amazed by these big and little guys.
When you take something out of the ocean, pick it up, check it out, hold your breath. When you have to breathe, put them back into the water. They have to breathe.
There are tours every day, but it was a very special day when we were at the turtle hospital.
And you know, the best part of our job is when we get to go release a turtle. And today is the day. Would you guys like to come with us?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go out about 12 miles out in the bay with nice grass bottom where she'll be happy.
Oh, all right. This is an honor.
We'll put you to work.
All right,
Let's do
let's
it.
go.
All right.
Yeah, just hold right above it. There you go. That's perfect.
And we're going to reach way down into the water.
Lean
Keep
over.
going. All right, hope you have to lean way over.
Yep, just set them
All
down.
right, we ready?
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Say good luck,
Look at
Tilly,
them.
girls.
Bye.
Bye, Tilly.
Yes.
Say bye, girls.
Bye, Tilly.
Thanks to this hospital, more and more turtles will be saved, treated, and then released back to their home. Hopefully he'll be out here for another 100 years.
Probably over.
Over 100. Wow.
And the problem is the people that keep track, they only live to be 100.
That's true. It's a great thing you're doing. Really.
Thank you.
We've got more chances to get up close to some marine wildlife with a kayaking adventure in Big Pine Key. Here, you can kayak through the backcountry waters of the lower Florida Keys. And you can get there by taking a scenic drive on the Florida Keys Overseas Highway. At Big Pine, you'll see some of the world's most diverse marine life ecosystems. There's lots of stuff to see. Your kids will love this. Captain Bill Keogh of Big Pine Kayak Adventures took us for an adventure along the water. Kayaking the backcountry is a perfect group activity. The waters are peaceful and there's not a lot of boat traffic. Just go at your own pace and enjoy. Plus, the prices are reasonable. Just make sure to bring your own towels and pack extra sunscreen and bug repellent. Bill has lived in the area for decades and is the perfect tour guide. Plus, he's a really nice guy.
Progress, you're moving forward. Keep paddling, yeah, that looks good.
Sea kayaking is tough to get the hang of, and he treated my daughters with lots of respect and kept them very entertained. The area is unspoiled and full of fascinating wildlife.
All right, so this is the very common mangrove tree crab. They live in one tree their entire life.
Really?
But as you can see behind me, it's hard to tell where one tree begins and one tree ends. So you gotta just hold on to my hand, right? And then I'm gonna kind of coerce him to crawl onto your hand. You gotta use your other hand so he doesn't crawl up your arm.
Well, I don't want him crawling up my arm.
So use your other hand and kind of.
Look at him. Okay, use my other hand so he jumps.
Well, also they like to crawl up your arm and on your shoulder. So hold him over the water.
Oh, he jumped!
A jumper. That guy's a jumper. All right.
Oh, what do you think? She's backing up.
You'll see its bell is on the bottom, and these are its 8 arms. And it will pulse a little bit.
What kind is that?
It's called the upside down jellyfish.
Oh, that makes sense.
Most of the food just drops down out of the water column into one of 40 mouths. Each of these arms has 5 open, waiting mouths to collect plankton or debris that falls down.
Ready?
It's just gonna slip right in, and they're far more beautiful at that angle.
That's pretty, yeah.
Key West is the southernmost city in the continental United States. Chances are you've seen people post pictures of themselves on Facebook and Instagram from in front of this. It's the marker of the southernmost point in the continental U.S. When you stand here at the corner of South and Whitehead Streets, you're only 90 miles from Cuba. This is one of the most famous sites in the Florida Keys. Let me show you some other famous spots and some lesser-known ones. Key West is known for Duval Street's shopping and nightlife, Mallory Street's sunset celebration, and the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory.
So he's doing the butterfly dance right now. He's trying real hard, but she's playing hard to get. Look at her.
Conservatory President Sam Trofia gave us a tour. This is unlike anywhere you've ever been. It's really magical.
It's very rare that you get to see something like that because in nature, remember, this stuff is not around you. Here you're submerged by 65 different species of butterflies from about 10 different countries. So the experience of walking into the conservatory is like traveling to 10 countries all at once.
Everything is living, moving. It's like being inside a movie. The colors are brilliant. The sounds are so perfectly extraordinary, you're kind of in a small jungle, but for butterflies.
These are our Troides butterflies. These came to us from the Philippines. As you see, this is the male right here, and he is trying to court that female. Now she's actually being receptive because she's starting to raise her abdomen here in the back. But he's trying real hard to get her attention, and she's being pretty receptive. So probably in an hour or two, these two will be a mated pair. And yeah, he's maybe sooner than an hour.
Let's just say you'll probably never see as many butterflies as you see here. The conservatory features a 5,000 square foot glass dome tropical butterfly habitat. You can see hundreds of butterflies from 50 to 60 species. And these guys.
He's a big show-off. Look at him. Yes, you're beautiful. Yeah, so are you.
This is the only butterfly conservatory in the United States to house a pair of Caribbean flamingos. From the Butterfly and Nature Conservatory, you can walk to one of the biggest tourist attractions in Key West, Ernest Hemingway's home.
And he wrote from about 6 a.m. to noon, and then he either went fishing or down to Sloppy Joe's.
Dave Gonzalez is the curator at the Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum. The Hemingway home is a piece of American literature history. This is a must-do, especially if your children are in junior high or high school. At that point, they've probably already read Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. It was here in Key West that Hemingway completed A Farewell to Arms. Hemingway lived here for almost 10 years, and his home is a National Historic Landmark that thousands of vacationers visit today. And you can't miss this very living link to the past.
And this here is Duke Ellington, one of my favorites.
The world-famous Hemingway cats. They're everywhere. At last count, there were 40 to 50 of them. The story is, Hemingway met a sea captain who owned an unusual six-toed cat. The captain gave the cat to Hemingway, and the author named the cat and its descendants after famous authors and artists. Today, some of the cats that roam the estate are still descendants of that original feline, many of them with 6 toes on each paw.
That's one of the finest eating fish in all of the world, the yellowtail snapper.
I usually don't have to catch my own lunch, but maybe we should all do this to really appreciate it. The Florida Keys are home to more saltwater sport fishing world records than any other destination in the world. And Isla Mirada in the Upper Keys is known as the sport fishing capital of the world. If you want to fish, you can charter your own boat with a captain. It's perfect for a family. You can book a day trip or half a day. I think we quite possibly had the most experienced captain in the Keys. Captain Skip Bradeen of the charter Blue Chip 2 at Whale Harbor Marina has been making fishing memories in the Keys for more than 50 years.
This is my 53rd year as a charter boat captain in Isla Mirada.
How did you get into this?
I come down here on a 2-week vacation in 1964, September 23rd, and I never left.
Really?
Why? Fell in love with a place called New York, said I'm not coming home no more, and I never went back. This is the way the weather is year-round. Our average temperature is between 72 and 76 throughout the whole winter time. So what's wrong with that when I see you folks up north trying to get to your car in Chicago and Long Island, New York? And I don't miss that at all. I do is sit back and laugh and say, wow, did I make the right move, you know? Every now and then in life, the ship comes in. I mean, sometimes your ship comes in and you don't realize it. Other times ship comes in and you realize it. My ship came in September of 1964. I'm still on that ship.
Yeah,
Riding
literally.
the big one.
It was a little slow at first.
That's fine.
Oh, I
You got
lost
away.
it.
That's okay. I lost a fish once. I think it was back in '68. Step back a little bit.
But I got the hang of it eventually.
Hold it right there, honey. Shut the hook. Oh, we had a natural there.
Beautiful. I got it.
Oh, real. Stop that.
Lock
No,
it up.
real
No, Paul,
legit.
I got it. I think I got
Woo!
it.
You are natural.
Wow, you can catch a lot of fish in the Florida Keys. I
Yes,
can't
you
get over.
can.
I'm catching
Yeah,
these
it's-
one after another.
Captain Skip even let me drive the boat.
A little bit left. That's
This
right.
is a big boat.
Little left.
Left.
Little left. There you go. There you go. Very nice.
This is easier than fishing.
Not bad. Yeah, I tell you. You got potential. You sure you don't want to buy in?
All right, I'll buy it. So we're gonna fillet
We're
them
going to
now, huh?
fillet these up now, and we're going to take them upstairs and have the chef upstairs make you a nice lunch.
For dessert, no trip to the Keys is complete without some key lime pie. But what about chocolate-covered key lime pie on a stick?
This is key lime pie dipped in chocolate. This is my grandmother's recipe for key lime pie. We dipped it in chocolate and put it on a stick. Enjoy.
Kermit Carpenter owns Kermit's Key West Key Lime Pie Shop on Elizabeth Street. Don't miss this stop. The dish, after all, is named for the limes that grow naturally throughout the Florida Keys.
It's really good. It kind of melts in your mouth. I can't really describe it. I just really, really like it.
I've been a lot of places and I've seen a lot of sunsets. But in Key West, sunset is tradition. Just before it's time, you'll notice a shift. It's like a magnetic force. Everyone from visitors to street artists head to Mallory Square. It's not just a sunset. It's a celebration with jugglers, tightrope walkers, and mimes. And then we all watch as the sun dips into the Gulf of Mexico for the perfect end to a day in Key West. This was an active trip. From swimming with dolphins, releasing rehabilitated sea turtles, snorkeling, deep sea fishing, to indulging in chocolate-covered key lime pie in a stick and a picture-perfect sunset. The Florida Keys are rich with history and activities for all families. We'll definitely be back. I'm Colleen Kelly. Thanks for watching Family Travel. Enjoy making memories on your next family vacation.
Hey, buddy. Hi. Want to be in a show?
Funding provided by...
I am never getting married. We're never having kids.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Family Travel proudly supports the following charity. Gigi's Playhouse, free programs for people with Down syndrome. Mercy Home for boys and girls, giving healing and hope to children and teens. Misericordia, providing a network of services for people with developmental disabilities. For more information on upcoming destinations and projects, visit familytravelck.com. Follow us on Twitter and find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you.